Hey, family and friends, what we're going to do is we're going to get us a 2-for-1. But before we get started, I'm putting a little Vaseline on these lips because I know some of y'all will be saying, now why that girl get on that video with her lips looking all crusty like that? So just for y'all, I'm going to put a little something on these lips so I won't be looking ashy. And while I take down this hair, because I washed my hair the other day, I'm going to check out this braid out. I'm going to talk to y'all about my new song, My Granny's Cooking. Now, this song is honoring my grandmother, Aretha Bradsfield. She was the inspiration behind this song. Now, who was Aretha Bradsfield? Aretha Bradsfield was the oldest of 16 children to Paulina and Jerry Bradsfield Sr. 16, yes, I said that, 16 children. And she had 10 children of her own. Now, she was a wonderful person. She taught her kids how to cook. She took care of the community. When somebody needed something, whether it was food, clothes, shelter, whatever the case it was, Aretha was there to make sure that they had what they needed. She would go to her neighbors, and when they were making their own garden, she would ask for a few rows in their garden. Can we till up a couple rows? Can we maintain a couple of rows? Can we grow X, Y, Z in those rows, and then both of our households benefit from it? And she would do that, even though she had her own garden. She would do that with several different ones so that she could make sure that her kids had what they needed. And not just her kids, but the community had what they needed throughout the year. So they also had what was called a truck patch. Now, as one of those 16 children, her mama provided each one of them with 20 rows at least, 20, 25 rows. And each one of them would, I guess you could say, play around with what they grew each year. I'm going to try this year. I'm going to try whipple peas this year. I'm going to try purple hub peas this year. I'm going to do popcorn that year. Whatever they tried, they would all benefit from it. So sometimes if Granny and her children were out there maintaining her rows, and my uncle and his kids came out to work on their rows, and everybody would just start working each other's rows and just have a big old family gathering out there. Just make something out of nothing, I guess you could say, and have a family gathering. Enjoy each other's company while they was working to provide. Now, these family gardens, these community gardens and orchards, Granny also visited those. And she would get peas, okra, and peaches, plums, berries, whatever was available. And then she would teach her kids by hands-on experience, by teaching them, by having them be involved in the process of making. She would teach them how to can, teach them how to put up food for the year. And then she would teach them how to cook. And she provided this food not just for her 10 children, but for whoever in the community needed something to eat. And there were also opportunities for her throughout the year to make clothes, make blankets, quilt, sew, whatever was needed. She made almost all of her kids' clothes. But when her kids grew out of something, then she would just repair it, fix it up, do what was needed in order for somebody else's kids to be able to benefit from it. Because she was an excellent seamstress. She, when her family would come to town, then she'd be mindful of what their favorite foods was, and she would cook a feast for her family. And they had access to her house, even when she wasn't there. They could come and go as they pleased and eat the food that Granny had made for them. It was there for them to have when they wanted it. The community ate at Granny's house. Now, as I mentioned a minute ago, by extension, her kids learned how to cook, and then her grandkids learned how to cook. Now, they wasn't just as average, people who would say, well, you just ain't had mine kind of cooking. That wasn't that kind of stuff. These people, they could cook like real cooking. Like, this wasn't just about the way it looked. You know how people these days talk about presentation. Well, it don't look good. It ain't cute. We didn't care about no presentation. Food wasn't always pretty, but it was about how it tasted, how it made you feel. When you walked away, you had memories that was attached to the smell, the aroma when you walked into the house. You had memories that was attached to the experience that you had with your family while you was eating that food. You know what I mean? Good times, real times, things that people don't experience today. You know, but I remember when we was growing up, going to the family reunion every year. At one time, each branch of the family was responsible for cooking that year for the food, providing all the food for that year. And one time when they was having the family meeting, they just decided, you know what, Aretha and her kids, every time as they turn, we always enjoy every dish. So they decided in a family meeting that year that they would like for Aretha's kids to do the cooking every year, and then they wouldn't have to pay for the dues for that year. So as their kids, we helped them prep it, and they taught us how to cook. And we would have good times, like they would make games out of the prepping. I remember one year we had a whole lot of sweet potatoes, a lot of sweet potatoes and a lot of onions that needed prepping, and did nobody want to do that. So they made it fun. At the reunion, they made a volleyball tournament, an onion bowl and a sweet potato bowl. And whoever lost had to chop up, prep all the onions that was going to be needed for that year, and all of the sweet potatoes that was going to be needed for that year. Now, mind you, when I was growing up, what I thought was a family reunion, what I knew to be a family reunion wasn't what I see today when I go to somebody's family reunion. I go today and it looked like a gathering, looked like a Sunday dinner with friends. When we was growing up, it'd be cars everywhere, hundreds of people, over 400 or 500 people that show up every Labor Day weekend and have a ball for 3 days straight. Everybody sleeping on everybody's floor. We would be making tents in Granny's living room. All of us under these tents that we made with sheets and encyclopedias and box fans. And all these kids under these sheets, under these tents, all night long, whispering and cackling, as they say, until we fell asleep. Granny provided that for us. She did all of the canning and the rolling out homemade biscuits. I remember, you see people today that they have all these cute little things in their kitchen to make stuff out of, to cut their cookies up and all that kind of stuff. Granny would be in there rolling that dough that she made from scratch with her own 2 hands. She didn't need no cookie cutter, cut out her biscuits or her tea cakes. No, Granny would use a cup or a jar. It got the job done. It was about the taste. It was about the experience. And Granny didn't have recipes. No, she didn't have an exact measurement ratio for how to make something taste the same every time. Granny's thing was taste it as you cook it. Put a little bit in there, taste it. If it's not enough, put a little bit more in there. Don't put too much at one time though, because if you put it in there, you can't take it out. Put a little bit at a time, taste it. If it's right, keep going. I mean, if it's right, I've messed that up. If it's right, stop. If you need a little bit more, put a little more at a time. Taste it. You'll know when it's ready. So Granny always provided. She made good food. Always had good food that everybody could enjoy. Everybody could enjoy the time they spent while enjoying the food that they ate. That was Aretha. And by extension, that was her children. And by extension, her grandchildren. Because Granny didn't live a life. She lived a legacy. So, with that said, this song honors Granny. With that said, this song honors Southern cooking and all the grandmoms that did the same thing, that still do the same things that Granny did, which is making sure they kids, they grandbabies, their community have what they need, doing what's needed because it needs to be done. And it's more than just my grandmother that did that. It's a lot of them out there. Whether they was in the north, south, east, or west, grannies get it done. They deserve that title, granny, grandma, mimi, mama, or whatever you call them. So this is not just honoring my grandmother. This is honoring grandmothers around the world. Granny's cooking. It's how we love.
My granny's cooking is how she loves. This southern cooking sent from heaven above. Go ask your mama how we get down. Come by, come visit. Just come to town. It's easier to show you how you missing out. Make something out of nothing, turn it into a stew. Don't play about a family, don't play about a fool. It's country living, and we country bred. It's how we been living, how we been fed. This country cooking is all we know. By the time you finish, you gon' want some more. We eat sweet potatoes.
Well, there it is, y'all. That's the braid-out. Some of those words was acting like they didn't want to come down. But anyway, thank y'all for sitting down and having a chat with me, and I hope y'all enjoy Granny's cooking.